Hello, Year 4, and welcome back for our last lesson of this week, where we're going to be finishing our persuasive adverbs that you've started writing yesterday. So you can see today we're going to be focusing on those final two paragraphs. And just as a reminder, we know that we need to talk about the qualities of the person that needs to apply for the job. So that means the types of things that they have in their personality that they believe are good enough to be acceptable for the job, but also what they're going to get in return. Okay, so hopefully you've got your plans there from Wednesday as well, to help you so that you don't have to remember too much. You've got those ideas already planned out. We're also going to be looking at different sentence openers that we can be using to help us come up with different ideas in our writing, and I know that those are there in the Google Drive again today to help you with different ideas. Okay, so referring back to the writing that we thought about yesterday, you can see I've included all of those things that we talked about towards the end of yesterday's lesson. So I've got my slogan there, hopefully you've got yours too, and I've tried to include some alliteration in my slogan to make it memorable and catchy for the reader. I wonder what feature you've chosen for your slogan. I've also got my design there, my diagram that I said I wanted to use of my crossed over swords and my horned helmet, and I've popped in 2 extra rhetorical questions. I was quite pleased with this one. I tried to be a bit clever, and I've included some rhyme in there as well. Are you a lean, mean fighting machine? I hope you like that one. And then the writing that we did yesterday is still there. So I've got my first 2 paragraphs written, my introduction and explaining a little bit about the job. Okay, so I'm going to carry straight back on today, and today I'm going to be thinking about, first of all, that paragraph 3. So the qualities that the person needs in order to do the job. Now I've got my plan there to refer to help me. Okay, now I know it's at this stage in my writing that perhaps I might use some bullet points to help me. Okay, so I'm going to start off with a bit of a kind of a subheading for these bullet points. So I'm going to start off with in fact, let's make my writing a little bit smaller so it matches the same size as the writing that I did yesterday. The ideal candidate. Now, a candidate is somebody that's going for the job. Okay, and ideal means the best person. So the ideal candidate would be. Okay, and then I'm just going to include a colon there to show that a list is coming. Okay, I'm going to follow a list. So I'm going to go underneath because my bullet points will always start at the end of my line. Okay, I wouldn't use bullet points in the middle of a line, so I always pop them there at the start. So the ideal candidate would be, now I talked about in my plan that I wanted to use some similes, so I'm going to include those here. And the ideal candidate would be as, oh, I need a capital letter there, as strong as an ox and as wise as an owl. Okay, so 2 qualities that I think this Viking warrior will have, included with some similes there. Now for my next quality, I don't want to do more similes because I think that would be a little bit boring for them to read. So I'm going to say something else that I think that they need to be. Okay, fearless in the face of danger. Okay, and willing to do anything to succeed. Okay, so that means in order to achieve the job, they will do anything that they possibly can to do it and do it well. Okay, and then my final quality again is going to come from my plan. So I'm going to go back to my plan from Wednesday. Outwit the most honourable warrior to send them to Valhalla. So that's somebody that's going to need to be quite clever, isn't it? Okay, so I'm going to include that there. Outwit the most honourable warrior to send them to Valhalla. Okay, and I'm remembering that capital letter there for the beginning of the sentence. Okay, so pause the video now. Can you write your next paragraph using bullet points to help you and using some of those features that we've talked about on our plan to come up with the different qualities that your Viking warrior needs? pause now. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, welcome back. How did you get on? Hopefully you've got your qualities there listed. So if we look at the last paragraph then that we need to do, we need to include the information about what it is they're going to receive. Okay, this person wants something in return in order for doing the job and doing it well. Okay, so I'm going to use these sentence openers to help me. And again, you can use the ones from the Google Drive to help you. So in return, I'm going to make sure that I leave a gap between my paragraphs to show that this is a new paragraph. So in return, you will receive. Now again, I come up with these ideas on my plan. So I'm going to go back to my plan to remind me, what ideas did I come up with? So in return, you will receive gifts from all of the villagers in the land, or the title of being the strongest and most courageous warrior that ever lived. Yeah, I'm going to go with that idea first, I think, because I think that's probably going to be the most popular one, the fact that everybody will think that they are the strongest warrior. So in return, you will receive the title of being the bravest, so those superlatives again, the bravest and strongest warrior that ever lived. I'm then going to use the word furthermore, because I'm now giving them another thing that they're going to receive. Okay, so this means and, okay, but it's a more powerful way of saying and. So furthermore, you will be showered with gifts from all of the villagers in the land. And most importantly, a statue will be built in your honour. Now, with all of those things, surely this warrior can't say no. Okay, so I'm just going to add a final sentence in there to make sure that they apply for this job. If this, let's scroll down a little bit. Where are we? If this sounds like the job for you, apply now. I want that exclamation mark there to show the urgency in that. Okay, so that's my final paragraph, telling the reader what it is they're going to receive in return. So pause the video now and have a go at completing your final paragraph too. Okay, welcome back. How did you get on? Have you got all of the things that your paragraph needs? Let's just do a little bit of reflection over that writing that you've done so far. Have you got a list of qualities? Did you include a simile, perhaps? Have you included some alliteration or some rhyme in there, maybe? Some playing with words? Have you listed qualities that makes this person sound like the best warrior that there is to add to that persuasion? Have you got a fourth paragraph to explain what things they're going to receive in return? Have you got your capital letters and full stops? Have you got some conjunctions to add in some further ideas there as well? And have you got a final sentence that's in that final job of persuading to make them apply? I'm sure you have. I'm really looking forward to seeing some amazing persuasive adverts. Really good job, everybody. So, our final job for today then is what I promised you all the way back on Monday morning. We're going to watch the rest of the video. And in fact, I'm going to replay the first part as well, as it's been a few days now since we've watched it. So, what happens to Bjorn? I hope you enjoy. I'll see you on Monday, everyone. Bye-bye.
Some might ask, who is this Viking, and what made him throw a dwarf off a cliff? To find out, we have to go back in time. This aging, once mighty warrior is on his final journey, seeking a worthy death in honorable battle. Only then will he be allowed to enter Valhalla, Hall of the mighty gods of the North, the only real home for a true Viking. If he fails, he will find himself in agonizingly boring Helheim. This is the saga of Bjorn. Is Bjorn doomed to never die in battle? Will he never join the gods in Valhalla? Is he condemned to suffer eternal boredom in Helheim? It appears to be his fate.